Okay? So, I don't know. So, this movie, I want to do some found footage movies today. So, I've decided to do A Night in the Woods, which is a terrible movie. Okay, so here's a story about how it happened. So, a couple years ago now, I used to dig through the Blu-ray bin at Walmart, and there was a couple times I'd see this in there. So it's a found footage film, and I don't know. And one day, I'm going through it, and I'm gonna stick my hand in. First one I grab out, that's what I'm gonna buy. And so I did that, and yep. So yes, I took it home and I watched it, and this was before I had my channel. I would have totally already done this. It starts off well enough. The story revolves around a boyfriend and girlfriend, Brody, his girlfriend Carrie, and they're going to the moors in England, and they're going to camp out there. And on their way out there, they meet Leo, who is supposedly Carrie's cousin. From the moment he comes, there's something between those two. They play around, even though she says they haven't seen each other in a couple years. They play around like they're really close. It doesn't make any sense. So once they get out there, so the first part of this movie, where it's the interactions of the characters, it's easy to enjoy. But as you get into the nitty gritty and you get into the story, this movie is only 82 minutes long. It's 82 minutes long. It's not that long. But it feels like forever because there's just a lot of bullshit with cameras and moving things around and random, they're in a bar or, they're going to stand there with a cigarette in their mouth and just do this. We're wasting your film, as he's saying, and basically that's saying we need filler for this 82-minute film. We need filler for it. Why do we need filler? It makes no sense to me. But anyway, yes. And I watched this twice now, and what I'm trying to piece together with this film, I think what they were trying to say is that because apparently Leo is Carrie's ex-girlfriend, or ex-boyfriend, who she's also been cheating with, and apparently Brody has caught Leo in or around his house, their house, whatever, many times. And so I'm presented with this, not only the cameras that Brody brings, but one that Leo has, and then there's a video on an iPod that he shows of Leo breaking into their house or whatever, and there's this big confrontation, and that's followed by a scene where it's like it never happened, and all three of them are just enjoying getting high around a campfire, and it's like, no. You just confronted him about him breaking into your house. And the very next scene is now you just being buddy-buddy with him with your girlfriend around. No, it makes no sense. That makes no sense. Why would you do that? You just confronted him. This, for all intents and purposes, should start something. But it goes nowhere. He puts a camera in there and catches them cheating, fondling each other. He does nothing about this, and then just disappears. And she ends up finding a video on one of his cameras or something saying that he is going to leave her alone out there like what happened to him years earlier. So there, you're supposed to believe that something happened to Brody when he was left out there years ago. But it's Leo who gets possessed by something. And there's this legend they say at the bar that if you go out there, something will get you and mark a cross on your forehead. I don't know. They sort of play that because I think she gets a mark on her forehead or something. I don't know. It's the climax is a bunch of running and That's all it is. That's all it is for the climax. It goes nowhere. It's hard to figure out what's going on. There's so much shaking. And did something really happen to Brody? Why is Leo possessed? It makes no sense. There's no connection to what's going on. There's no story. Once the stuff that starts happening, you can have weird stuff happen, but you need to have a story. And there's connections of it. You have the exposition of, if you go out there, this ghost will get you and mark you on the forehead. That's one thing. You also have another story. Brody had been left out there by himself. There's something clearly happened to him, and yet we see that Leo is the one that gets possessed. And something may happen to Brody. I don't know. There's so much shaking in the final act. It's hard to know what the hell is going on. You know? It's just... My throat is dry from yelling. I do not recommend this film. This film is terrible. And it's a Tribeca film. Which is one of the things that drove me to buy it, really. Because, besides, randomly picking it up. Because, one of my favorite found footage films ever, Grave Encounters, I forgot the name for a second, is a Tribeca film. So I give it the benefit of the doubt. No, this movie's terrible. Don't watch it. Watch my review, though. But don't watch this video. This movie. It's terrible. It makes no sense. I don't even think that this happens in the film. Maybe she gets dragged away. I don't know. There's just... I don't know. It makes no sense. Alright? I gotta give it a score. 2. I'll give it a 2. Because I'll give it the 2 points for the interaction at the beginning of the film. That deserves at least 2 points. But other than that, nothing. So let me know in the comments below what your thoughts are on A Night in the Woods. Let me know in the comments below. Make sure to like, share, and subscribe. Thank you for watching. I've been Scotty. We'll see you in the next one.